ASMR Gaming News. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to ASMR Gaming News. Please hit that like button, sit back, relax, and let's begin. So, we have a lot of gaming news this week. A lot of Pokemon news came out like today. So, let's jump in with the Pokemon news first. So, in case some of you don't know, it's currently the Pokemon anniversary, so it's a very special year for Pokemon, and they announced a Pokemon Direct about a week ago, and that just took place like today. So, they had a live stream here on YouTube. It's like the Pokemon Direct, and they announced a lot of upcoming Pokemon themed projects and games and stuff like that. So the big reveal is they finally showed off the next gen Pokemon game for the Nintendo Switch 2. We got a trailer and everything, and it looks amazing. The game is called Pokemon Winds and Waves. So I guess, there's going to be two versions, kind of like Scarlet and Violet. So this one is Wind and Waves. So, wow. All I can say is the graphics look incredible. I think Pokemon, like the developers, Game Freak and the Pokemon Company, I think they listened to a lot of the criticism from, just the Pokemon fan base in the last few years, especially since the last kind of Scarlet and Violet release didn't do so well. A lot of reviews were very negative for that game when it released. The game had a lot of frame rate drops, crashes, and people that were longtime Pokemon fans were kind of calling out the graphics on the Switch, calling Scarlet and Violet that it looked like a PlayStation 2 game or a Nintendo Wii game, and that, the Pokemon Company is one of the biggest kind of gaming companies. Game Freak gets so much money from Pokemon, and a lot of people were very annoyed, and they were voicing their opinions online that the Pokemon games should look good. And then we got games like Pal World, which came out, and it wasn't Pokemon, but it looked really good, and it was made by a small team of people from what I've heard. So I think this time Pokemon is trying to prove something, and you can tell because the trailer, the quality of everything looks insane. Like, the water alone looks like current gen graphics, like current gen Nintendo Switch 2 graphics, and I love it. I can't wait to play this game. Sadly, it is not coming out this year. They announced during this event that it's currently in development, and it's going to be releasing next year in 2027 instead. And you know what? I'm okay with that. Please do not rush this game. Do not rush the game. Take all the time you need, because I want them to make sure this game is amazing, so it comes out and gets great reviews. So yeah, go watch the Pokemon Winds and Waves trailer. It's on YouTube. It just came out today, and I think it looks fantastic. Like a next-gen Pokemon game that a lot of us have been asking for. And it's releasing on Switch 2. Next, in the same Pokemon Direct, they basically confirmed the release of Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green on the Nintendo Switch eShop today. So this was announced a week ago, but it finally came out today, and they had a small trailer during this event, and they announced that Pokemon Home is going to get support on the Switch for Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green. In case you don't know what Pokemon Home basically a way to transfer Pokemon from games to other Pokemon games. So in the case of Fire Red and Leaf Green on the Switch, you'll be able to play those games and then transfer your Pokemon into other Pokemon games like Scarlet and Violet, for example. So that's awesome. Sadly, it is not available today. So the game is out, but you can't access Pokemon Home with Fire Red or Leaf Green yet. That's gonna come in a later update, they said. And next, they announced that next month, so March, they are going to be releasing Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness on the Nintendo Switch 2 online GameCube service. So, in case you don't know, on the Nintendo Switch 2, if you have a Nintendo Online subscription, you get access to Nintendo GameCube games. And next month, one of the games they are adding is Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. This is like a super expensive, rare Pokemon game that only came out on the GameCube. And it's really awesome. It has a darker kind of story than most Pokemon games. And the graphics are absolutely incredible in this game for the time. A lot of YouTubers, like Pokemon YouTubers, really like this game. And it's finally going to be available so more people can play the game. And yeah, it's coming out next month. And then one of the last really interesting things they announced during this Pokemon event is a mini Game Boy. So it's like a mini Pokemon Game Boy, but it does not play games. Instead, it works like almost like a music player, like Spotify, sort of. So it's a small like mini Game Boy that you turn on, and you can listen to Pokemon tracks on this thing. So if you have any like Pokemon music themes that you really love, you'll be able to like use this mini Game Boy to listen to your favorite Pokemon themed music, like the battle theme, or if you have a favorite location like Lavender Town or something like that, you'll be able to listen to the theme from that place. It looks awesome, but you know, I don't know. No one really asked for a music player, but hey, it does look awesome. I have to admit, a mini Game Boy that plays music only is kind of cool. So yeah, that was all the big stuff that got announced during the Pokemon stream. Next we got some news about Wolfenstein. So casting for a new Wolfenstein game has leaked online. So they are currently looking for voice actors and people for like face capture and stuff, movement capture regarding a new Wolfenstein game. So even though Wolfenstein 3 has not been announced, this casting that kind of leaked is kind of proving that Wolfenstein 3 is definitely happening now. So yeah, you heard it here first. Wolfenstein 3 probably gonna get a trailer at some point in the near future, because they are working on the game according to this news. And yeah, if you want to be in the game, I guess you can try to sign up and you know, join the casting. Maybe you can be like an extra, like background character or something. I know some people like give access for their face to be scanned into a game, and then you'll see them as like an NPC in the background or something. So yeah, I think that's what they're, you know, trying to do with Wolfenstein right now. There is a rumor that was going around this week that Sony is thinking of kind of stopping this current strategy of releasing PlayStation 5 games on PC as well. It seems like Sony has realized that by releasing PlayStation games on Steam, people, you know, of course, buy those games and play them, but they're seeing a slight decrease in people picking up a PlayStation 5, and they don't want that. So, yeah, according to a kind of leaked, like exclusive document, it seems like within Sony's current like strategy, they're trying to shift focus off this kind of like, let's release our games on multiple systems and maybe trying to get back to being a little bit more exclusive, at least with their single player games, they said. So maybe games like, The Last of Us or Ghost of Tsushima, stuff like that. Maybe games that are single player will only be on like PlayStation 5, and multiplayer games like Helldivers or the recent Marathon game, maybe those will be on PC as well. But as of right now, Sony hasn't really made an official statement, so this is only internal documents that have leaked. Uno has done an official collab with Fortnite this week. Right now, if you play creative, there's like a creative map made by developers over at like Uno. So they made a official Uno Fortnite map, and yeah, you can basically play Uno inside of Fortnite right now. I love playing Uno and I love playing Fortnite, so you know what? I think I might try out this mode. I saw some people playing it earlier today on a stream and it looked fun. So I might have to check that out. I love when all these games do collabs with other games, or when there's like game collabs within another game. So Uno is kind of like that, Like Uno already has its own game, but now it's in Fortnite, so that's just crazy. It's like a Inception. Uno Inception. What else? Good news for Ninja Gaiden fans. They just revealed this week a trailer for the Ninja Gaiden 4 DLC called The Two Masters. And it's releasing on March 4th, so in just a few days. This is going to be coming out. And the DLC includes a lot of new content. Apparently new story missions, new story like cutscenes, weapons, outfits, and I think there's also going to be a few like boss battle challenges added as well. So if you love Ninja Gaiden 4 and you want more, this is definitely something to check out. We have the March 2026 PlayStation Plus monthly games announced. So as you can see right here, these are the games that are going to be coming out for the PlayStation Plus subscribers next month. I see some good games. I played most of these, well, sort of. But yeah, let me know. What do you think of the lineup for March 2026? Are these games that you're excited about? Have you played any of these before? Some people are a little bit annoyed. They wanted some other games, but I can't complain. But hopefully, I hope we get some big kind of games that everybody cares about. Maybe next time. Usually, I feel like we get like a good month and then maybe a not so good month for PlayStation Plus. Like they usually alternate with like really good months and then maybe not so great months. At least that's what it feels like. So Ubisoft has just confirmed that 2 Far Cry games are currently in development, and they have several Assassin's Creed games in development, and one of the lead kind of directors, creative directors that was in charge of Assassin's Creed Black Flag is currently kind of like the head of the Assassin's Creed brand leadership. So I don't know if that's, a good thing or a bad thing. I do like Assassin's Creed Black Flag. That was a really good game. So if they get the person that made that as the kind of, the guy in charge of the rest of the Assassin's Creed games, I feel like they could be pretty good. So yeah, that's the Ubisoft news for the week. So yeah, 2 Far Cry games and several Assassin's Creed games are in development, according to Ubisoft. In crazy gaming news this past week, the CEO of Microsoft, gaming, Phil Spencer, has retired, and Xbox president Sarah Bond has resigned. So this came out of nowhere. No one was expecting this. This was crazy. So yeah, Phil Spencer, the guy that's been with Xbox for a very long time, is retiring from the company. He's leaving. And Sarah Bond, which was supposed to be the person to take over after he left, also left. And they've been replaced by a brand new kind of Xbox CEO in charge of the entire Xbox division. And people are a little bit worried because the new CEO is someone that is very like pro AI game development and AI games and stuff like that. And people are a little bit worried that this means maybe Xbox games or things like might have a lot of AI integrated into them, or AI helping in the creation of the games. And yeah, a lot of people at Xbox currently are kind of worried about what this means about the future of their job, their work. And a lot of Xbox fans are a little bit worried now because, you know, Phil Spencer has been there for a while and all of this stuff has just changed very quickly in just a week. The creator of Nier, Yoko Taro, has announced this week that he is making a new anime series for Evangelion. This is absolutely crazy. I cannot believe this. So Yoko Taro, mostly been known recently for his gaming, stuff like Dragon Guard and Nier Automata, Nier Replicant. All those games are Yoko Taro games, and he has developed a big kind of fan base that loves his kind of like style. But it looks like his next project is not even going to be gaming related. He is working on an Evangelion series, and it's going to be like a continuation based on some new timeline or something. At least that's what I've heard. So we might see completely new characters, and this story might take place like hundreds of years after the movies and the original show, so we don't know. But that's awesome. I love Evangelion, and anything that Yoko Taro's involved in, I'll definitely check out. What else? Let's see. We have a strange announcement. Overwatch is getting a game for mobile, like phones, called Overwatch Rush. And it looks a lot like Brawl Stars or not Clash Royale, maybe more Brawl Stars, yeah. And it's called Overwatch Rush, and it's coming out for Apple and Android phones. So yeah, if you like Overwatch and you ever wanted to play like a top-down Overwatch that kind of plays like Brawl Stars, this might be something you want to check out. So yeah, go see some trailers for Overwatch Rush. Stardew Valley is celebrating its 10-year anniversary. Oh my goodness. I can't believe Stardew Valley has been around that long, but yeah, you know what? Stardew Valley, so many people love this game. It's been popular ever since it came out, basically. And yeah, it's celebrating 10 years with a special anniversary broadcast. And the game is getting a big update soon with a lot of new content. And the community is just extremely happy and they can't wait. So, a lot of good stuff happening in Stardew Valley this year. Skate is not doing too good. EA apparently has laid off a bunch of staff and developers, working on the game. And they said that they did this so then they have less people to fully support the game in the long term, which I don't know how that's even possible, because if you lay off people that are working on the game, then you have less people that are actually working on the game. So it's a smaller team right now working on Skate, so smaller development team. And I don't know, Skate might not be doing so well right now, especially if EA kind of fired a bunch of people. So who knows if it's going to stay around for a while, or if they'll try to fix or change some things, but yeah, not looking too good. Konami just announced a collection of Marvel and X-Men arcade games. This is a really awesome collection. If you love Marvel, if you love X-Men, there are a lot of like classic arcade games that just aren't available to play anymore. And this collection is basically porting all these iconic games to the PlayStation 5 Xbox, PC, Nintendo Switch, so you can play all these Marvel classics. So definitely check that out if you are a fan. And I think that's all the big and important news for the week. So yeah, thank you all for listening, for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you all next time. So long.